Hey, I'm Rich Anderson, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Keep the wins go hard. Rise a star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, set, go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote. Shoot.
SLT Nation, what it do, fam? Welcome back to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow. That's right, it is 2024, the year of the Mamba, and KT and I, we on a mission, and we are going all around this country. We are finding rising superstars in our communities who are doing big things and accomplishing big dreams. And today, wait, ladies and gentlemen, we taking it back. That's right, we taking it back to the 3-1-8. I got one of my kinfolk in the building. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, KT and I have decided to start a series that's dedicated to the backbone of women's basketball, and it is all about AAU. We're bringing in some of the program's dopest coaches, directors, owners, founders, anybody who's doing something major and impactful in the AAU game. And today, our information, our tutelage, our grind has led us to one of the dopest AAU programs right here in the DFW Metroplex. And guess what? We seen it for our very own eyes. This man below us has put together a juggernaut that is sweeping this nation and running the business. I'm talking about they are running kids straight out of the gym. So y'all make some noise. Out of Shreveport, Louisiana, 25 years coaching experience, the owner, director, the founder of Texas U in the DFW area. Let's make some noise for Coach Rich Anderson. Hey, Coach, how you living today, man?
Oh, man, can't complain, man. Any day you get through, it's a blessing, brother.
Hey, shoo! Y'all doing more than get through, Coach. Y'all out there making some noise in this game. So we gonna talk a little Texas U basketball, a little bit about your pedigree and history in just 1 second. But if this is your first time rocking this show, rocking with the Sports Life Talk crew, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the OG, all things Louisiana. Put your L's up, Mr. Yeet is in the building, and I'm riding alongside my brother from another mother, the other side of the logo, the Quiet Storm. Shh, all facts, no cap. The head coach KT. Kev, how you feeling today, man?
Bitch Jones, I was feeling great until, I came on late and I started hearing the conversation about, I'm from Shreveport, he's from Shreveport. So I know how this episode's going to go for me, B. Jones. So hey, let's do it, man. Let's turn up for Texas U. Let's go.
Up. Put your L's up. Motown, Cedar Grove, Cooper Road, Allendale. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hold it down for the Shreveport players in the building. All right, Coach Anderson, we got to get this show kicked off with the moment of truth. That's right. This is the part of the show. We're going to play our version of two truths and a lie. So the rules are very simple if this is your first time watching the show. Coach Anderson has prepared 3 facts, but of course, as you can tell from the name of the game, one of these facts ain't true. Kevin and I will have exactly 60 seconds to deliberate, work as a team, and try to make some sense and figure out which one of these truths about Coach Anderson is not a truth. All right, Coach Anderson, we're ready for you. You give us 3 facts about yourself, and me and KT are going to try to take it from there.
All right, bet. 3 facts. Got 350 pair of kicks, tennis shoes. I'm a grandfather, and I have a twin brother.
Well, all right, what you feeling, KT? Which ones jumped out at you first?
The kicks jumped out at me first.
I
350
believe,
feet.
I believe he got. If you're from Louisiana, you got to stay sneaker fresh. So I believe he
That
got
had nothing to do with anything, B. Jones. You can be sneaking fresh from Dallas.
He worked with AAU. I mean, he worked
I know.
with Under Armour. He got access to that many kicks. He looks. I seen him on the sideline. He drop. He cleaned it. He cleaned it in the board of health. So come on, Kevin. What's out of that? Do you think he got a twin brother?
I don't think he has a twin brother.
You don't think he had a twin brother? He might have a brother, but not a twin brother, huh, KT?
You know how they do us, man. They may look alike, but they ain't twins.
What was number two? What was the number two option again, Coach?
He's a grandfather.
I'm a grandfather.
He got a little bit of that wisdom in his beard, KT. He got a little bit of that.
I got a lot of wisdom. I ain't got no grandkids, so I don't know.
Hey, but you know what? I can tell this. He got players in his family. Let's go with the twin brother. All right, Coach. We're gonna say that you don't have a twin brother.
Twin brother is correct. I got a younger brother, not a twin.
That's 2 in a row, KT. Hey, y'all gotta understand. We got on that one.
So what are we, 18 and 33?
Don't worry about it. Them numbers don't matter, KT. Let's just enjoy the victory. Let's just enjoy.
People got to know. You can't just say we bad at it.
All right, y'all. Let's get this thing kicked off, Coach. We need you to take your right hand. If you are listening to the sound of my voice, we need to take your right hand, lift it up. We need you to reach over your left shoulder, grab that seatbelt, Coach Anderson, buckle up, click. Clack, it is time to go to work. Let's pay the bills. The first motion of order of business we got to do is take care of moving this platform forward. That's right. We need your help, and we're calling all calls, calling all citizens, amazing individuals to do the SLT Trinity. That's right. On the count of 3, I'm going to do a lot of hooting and hollering, and we need you to do 3 things. That's right. 3 impactful things that won't cost you a penny. Number 1, we need you to smash that subscribe button. Become a part of the Sports Life Talk family. Number 2, we need you to hit this like button so this show can just bubble all the way up to the top of the algorithm. And number 3, we need you to share this show with as many people as you possibly can. That's right, sharing is caring. And by doing those 3 things, we're going to tell Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk that this show is doing something major and that they're going to highlight it and move it around the country and tell everybody about it. All right, Coach Anderson? It's your people. It's Texas. You going to rock with us? Because we rock with y'all. We followed y'all all the way up to Louisville. You know what I'm saying?
We got you, fam.
All right, let's go to work on the count of 3. Let's do it like we true to it. 1, 2, 3. Boo! Kevin, that's a day. Texas you off the chain, man. We got all Americans in oh my goodness. Hey, Kayana, hey, that's one of my favorite players, Kayana Cox. I'm just telling y'all, smoother than peanut butter. Y'all go rock with her. But check this out. If you did any of those 3, KT and I, we thank the world of you. Thank you and welcome to the Sports Life Talk family. Around here, we don't do fans. We don't do followers. We only do family. Coach Anderson, what's your favorite emoji when you texting a kid, texting a parent, texting the officials, trying to get them set straight up before the game? What emoji are you using the most, Coach?
Man, I'm straight on that 100, man, because we always try to come 100, man.
Hey, Coach, you know you sent me the 100 twice. Coach just sent me the 100.
That's what I'm saying. I overuse it, but that's the one.
And Coach just sent me the 100 twice. All right, y'all. So if you get any of those 3, please drop us the 100 emoji in the chat just to let us know so that you did one of those 3 things. And KT and I going to reach out to you. What we going to tell them, KT?
We're going to tell them thank you.
Thank you. That's right. 2 simple words. All right, y'all. We are 8 minutes in. It is time for the Sports Life Talk initiation. Coach, I hope you are ready for this because we're about to learn a little bit more about what makes you tick. Let's turn it up, KT.
All right, Coach. To initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
Ooh, top 5. Let's go with it can be groups, right? Groups. Okay, this is gonna come off a little crazy, but number 1, DMX, right? So I rock with DMX. Number 2, Method Man, right? Then I'm gonna go across the pendulum a little bit. Maroon 5, right? Rock with Maroon 5. Then let's go SWV. And just based on recent stuff, and this is super recent, I'm kind of feeling, Chris Brown stuff. I'm feeling it. So
KT, I don't think we've ever had a list where we went from the Italian Stallion to
Maroon 5.
to Maroon 5 all the way to SWV, man. Oh my goodness, Kevin, what you gonna give Coach Anderson, man? That was a gangster list. I loved it.
Oh, I'm gonna take care of Coach, but Coach,
Take care of him.
I actually had to sing. Well, I sang Maroon 5 at a barbershop.
oh yeah, you gotta watch that. Yeah, that won't look. We keeping it real because we fam. That won't come out of the barbershop.
Well, no. Here's the thing. There was a guy. He was performing there. He's like, "Hey, sing along with me," and nobody did it. So
Even Kevin.
I jumped in there with him, and I just jumped in. It wasn't good, but I did it. All right. So we like to rank everybody's top 5. Now, highest you can get is 5, Coach.
Right.
So B Jones, this is the year of the Mamba, right?
This is the year of the Mamba. 2-4.
But no, we're not just gonna go 2-4. How many years has he been coaching?
25 years in the game.
Do you think you got that in you?
I'm gonna try, man. Hey, if some support city hold me down. There we go. Almost missed it. Almost missed it.
That's what I'm saying. That Louisiana 25, I gotta watch y'all. You probably gave him 30.
Here we go.
All right. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
You know what? Keep it a buck. Naruto Uzumaki, man. I'm a huge anime guy. I've been watching anime for, gosh, I can't tell you how long. And I think Naruto's so cool because, like you grow up with the kid, from a kid all the way. I mean, I still watch it. That cat's an adult now. So, it feels like you kind of grow up with it, So, yeah, Naruto, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, so when we come to a game this summer, you got to get one of your players to do the Naruto run.
You stick the arms out and
yeah, they got to do that. DJ has been trying to get one of our a player out of
Paris Bradley
to do it, and she did it.
Paris on the anime too. Yeah,
but we need to do her in the games. They'll be dope. All right, so since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
Ooh. Man, I gotta go. Maybe this is Louisiana Mystical, man. Here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you talking about the man right, Jim?
Yeah, right.
That's mine too.
Yeah, I mean that just get the blood going, man. Don't matter what time of day.
Coach, I had before the show, I said, if he don't give me this song, I don't know who wrote this song, but it was when we were growing up as kids. A dude came out and said, I wanna be rich.
B. Jones.
That's
B. Jones. We think too much alike because that's what I had. The group is called Callaway. That sings that.
Okay. I don't know who's talking, but I remember as a kid.
Hey, I was ready to sing it.
Rich.
I was ready to sing it and everything, and you like you do sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. So we have a running debate on this show.
Okay.
I want to be a singer. B. Jones wants to be the dancer. So we need for you to break the tie for your episode. Would you rather be a singer or a dancer?
Ooh. Man, I'm going to say a singer just because, you can get old and you can still blow. You get a little old, man. Them bones and stuff don't want to agree. So
he thought he put too much thought into a choir boy.
He did the right thing. He did the right thing.
Look, the sexy answer is dance.
You know what I
mean? But yeah, I would say thinking logical, man. Yeah, I'd be a singer.
But B. Jones, on the voice that deep, you can't be no dancer. You got to.
I'm gonna give you that one, KT. He do got that soul tree. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he would have said dancer. I'd have pulled a plug on this episode. I'm like, you got the voice there. You go, no.
He got that quiet storm, don't he, KT?
Yeah. What wants to do? Ruben Studdard. He a Ruben Studdard or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So, what is something that basketball has taught you that you can use when you're not on the floor?
You know what? The game, it can be humbling, right? So, 20-some years, I mean, if you take the version of me that started doing it, 20, I mean, that version of me and the version of me now, two different people, So I think just understand the space, understanding, all the nuances, dealing with people, you learn, you mature, just, being humble, and just appreciating, where you're at the moment. So.
All right, so B and I, we're going to produce a movie that's centered around you. The one thing that we're missing is a lead actor. So who should we get to play you in the story of your life?
Bring Idris out, man. That's gonna be my dude. Idris gonna
I can see that. I can see that too.
His best rich impression. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Idris on that. Yeah.
It's actually. Well, no, I was gonna say Idris because I was watching the Infinity Wars the other day, and if anybody watched, he the old man, and he kind of got the beard, and he still kind of got that perfect melanin. You know what I'm saying? The skin ain't cracked. I like that Idris.
Yeah,
we can't afford Idris though.
No, we making afford this guy. I had the guy. He's the dad after Wonder Years, the new version.
I ain't seen.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He was also on. I forgot his name though. He was all.
He's been in
a lot of stuff.
He's been in some stuff. Yeah.
So we probably can afford him for maybe 5 minutes. We ain't got a chance on Idris, but we get him 5 minutes.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
All right, Coach. So this is probably the most important question I'm going to ask you during this initiation.
Okay.
B. Jones and I, we love to travel. And when we travel, we got to eat. So we get a chance to kick with you. What's that one food spot you're going to recommend, and what's your go-to meal there?
Oh man, look, I just went there today. It's a spot. It's in the Highlands in Arlington called Piranha Killer Ramen. And look, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get that miso ramen and just, hey man, I'm good. I'm set.
Coach built differently, KT. We got Maroon 5, ramen noodles, and Naruto runs. Who would have thought? I mean, like, come on, Coach.
Yeah, man. I'm a little different. Yeah.
Now, Coach, we're going to get on this ramen because KT ain't been exposed to that game yet. Now, have you, KT? Have you had a good bowl of hot ramen yet?
You know, on the ramen?
But it's delicious, though. I'm gonna tell you something. See, I grew up on that 15-cent pack in the grocery store. We used to put it in the So when people used to be, my wife would be like, "You want to go get some ramen?" I'm like, "I'm gonna pass on that. I can get that at Kroger's." But this ramen they got, I'm talking about this fresh veggies all in it, the thick noodles, it's crazy with the meat. I'm telling you that this ramen nowadays, it's a whole different level. KT, chef's kiss to Piranhas. We got to go check that out.
Yes, sir.
It's hard for me to put my trust in two guys from Shreveport.
There we go. KT, where you from, man? KT, where you from, man?
I'm from Dallas. I'm from Oak Cliff.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Well, I mean, B. Jones always throws them up, put your L's up, LSU, blah, blah, blah. So I got to hear about it so much, Coach. I got to fight back every now and then.
You're welcome. You're welcome, KT.
Welcome. Yeah, right. No, Shreveport, I love y'all because y'all crazy. They may try to fight me.
Hey,
all right, so if you hit that subscribe button, yes, they are on one. So it's just jokes, people. It's just jokes a little bit. All right, so if you hit that subscribe button or thinking about doing so, please do. Leave us your top 5 music artists, your theme song, and your favorite superhero in the comments. And finally, go to our website, SLTUGotNext.com, to learn more about us and the other You Got Next family members. Now, allow me to turn over to B as we learn more about our newest play cousin, Coach Rich Anderson. So, B. Jones, go ahead and take it away, brother.
I wanna be rich. Yeah, Coach, we're gonna have a good time today. We are gonna take this thing back. Coach, I'm gonna tell you straight up, last year was my first year. Kevin has been a little bit into the AAU thing, a little bit. And my first year going around, and we saw y'all play. We saw real quickly that it was dogs all over the court. But I'm gonna tell you something even more. When we got back home and these kids started going back to their own separate high schools, and like Gwendolyn dropping 50 and JC, and I'm just talking about the list goes on of the amazing talent that you put on this team. And I'm like, Texas U is the absolute truth. This is one of those programs that is must watch TV, tournament after tournament, Coach. So let's tell them your story, Coach. Let's take it back to the beginning. Let's put this thing all together and make sense out of the whole deal. Now, you from Shreveport. you like me. You just a kid from Shreveport. So tell us when you fall in love with basketball and what made you start playing the game.
Yeah, I tell you, man. And we talked a little bit earlier because we know some of the same people from Shreveport from a basketball standpoint. So out there, it's kind of, that's what it was. Basketball was the thing, and it was a little different then because we all on the hard top, go out, see how many people on the court. If you got enough to play 10, you happy doing backflips and stuff. So the love was definitely crazy from basketball. And, I grew up with that, and I think, my story is kind of funny because I was that guy, I played, I was crazy athletic, all this kind of stuff. And used to be around the old heads all the time. And, like, man, back in the day, I used to be able to do this. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I had an injury, and now this, and this. Well, life is funny like that because, gosh, I want to say I was maybe 20 and had crazy injury. Was working out, coming back home after a workout, going up some stairs. Shoe got caught in the stairs, fell backwards. Crazy tumble. Man came up, wrist was broke, foot was twisted, all kind of crazy bone. It was bad. It was pretty bad. So,
were you carrying something or just a freak accident?
It's just freak accident, man.
Wow.
Down and just was energetic and man just fell. And I remember because obviously I just started yelling for some. I was staying in some apartments at the time and just started yelling. Some people came out. Called, paramedics, they came and they took me. And the thing that I can pull away from it the most was, this guy, this EMT, his bedside manner was terrible. Because all I cared about, I was involved. I was like, man, when am I going to be back? So we going in the ambulance to the hospital. I'm looking and my foot's all twisted and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, I'm kind of messed up, man. I'm looking at the ENT, I'm like, hey, when am I going to be back? He was like, man, your career over. Like, this dude told me that,
Dang. You weren't even 30 minutes into it and your heart was working.
Look, I remember the dude face, all this. I'm young, man. I started tearing up. Oh, it was crazy. But funny enough, like, just keeping a buck after that, man, like, it was a wrap. Like, I never played the same. I mean, I had put a... steel plate probably about that long in my ankle. I show my players all the time. It's running up my leg with all these, little dots where you can see they drill holes in it and all stuff. So, as far as playing, it was gone. But when your passion burns for something so hard, it's like, okay, what's the next level of it? So, had some people I was around that were kind of in the club stuff, came around, eventually got into coaching. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. So obviously I started coaching with them and then things just mushroomed. Some stuff, I'll tell you now, I think I was a good player, probably a better coach than I was a player. And even where I am now, because I tell my coaches all the time, like, I learn something every year. So there's not a year where I'm not doing this. So I'm a real purist when it comes to the craft, just trying to get better every year. But, got into this club thing and one thing after another happened. And as far as the Texas space, I've been around a bit. So, I was at Sci-Fair, I was an assistant director there. Drive Nation opened up. I actually started that with the girls, pivoted off of that and probably was going to, call it a day because just, everything with club basketball just became too much at a certain point. But, a friend of a friend got me on with someone at Under Armour, and they said they were starting the UA league for girls, and they were like, "Hey, we think you're the guy for Texas." And it was a wrap. Then got my own deal, and man, we've been trying to cook ever since. So everything came full circle.
So I'm gonna ask you this. Kevin normally asks this when we sometimes we be limited for time, so we didn't get it out today. But do you think before the injury, the player that Coach Anderson was, could Coach Anderson coach that player? I mean, could the OU play for you now as a coach?
You know what? I'll say this. So, man, this is going to sound crazy, and I wish I had people I could dial into. Man, crazy athletic, right? And I played hard. Like, again, from Shreveport, you know how that is, man. We take nothing for granted. So, if I get to play inside and I get to play on hardwood, you're getting 110 of me because I'm used to playing outside, right?
Right.
So, yeah, most definitely, because I just played so doggone hard, and I was coachable, all stuff. So, yeah, I could play for myself.
Now you going into UA, how do you put a team together so fast? And the reason I'm asking you this, Coach, because Kevin and I have had the privilege to see over hundreds of AAU programs. It's like every time you turn up a corner, you lift up a rock, it's a new AAU program and popped up.
Yeah.
And the talent ain't always there sometimes. Some of these teams have to start off rough and they go out there and they get swacked. But then when I look at your roster, I'm talking about your bench players dogs. You know what I'm talking about? Your bench players are the leading scorers on their high school team. How was it difficult in the beginning to amass this type of talent? And how did you grow so fast? Because 2018 was like yesterday.
Yeah, see, that's a crazy thing. Like with me, again, I've been doing it 20 something years, but I was independent for a large majority of that time. So, how it went was, I was really good in the grassroots space because I like to teach. But you get them to that ninth grade spot, that's where everything changes. So now it's, man, I got to go play for a shoe club and this, and this. So there were tons of kids I would touch when they were younger. They would get to the high school side of it. And guess what? My offering wasn't the same. Like I couldn't put them on the same platform, right? Because I was independent. So I would lose kids and this, and this. And what happened, man, I started, branching out and who can I rock with on this thing to make this come full circle. Like I said, ended up, co-branding with Sci-Fair. When I went on with them, literally I took like 20 teams plus over there and we all became Sci-Fair. And I think when you've done it for a while, you're on the ground with it, you make relationships, right? So I can't tell you how many people have come through my program. I've coached their kid and they got a younger sister, younger brother. And I used to do both, girls and boys, and they come through the program too. So I think a lot of it's just being in the community and being connected. So you have some sense of credibility and relationship. So, when you do your own deal, it's like, there you go.
Well, I hate to advertise because we've had Earl Rooks on the show. We've had some other program directors and founders on the show, and I hate to recruit for you, but it's not too many of them come on this show, and I can say you got literally the number one player in a certain classification. I'm trying to figure out how do you manage all of this talent with the parents and all of these amazing people coming together on one team. How do you manage all of those emotions and personalities to make something work?
You know what? I think it's a juggle, man, and I think a lot of it has to do with making sure you're part of a team, right? I think parents love that more than anything, being part of a group where they know everybody's kind of working toward, the same goal. And if you can get that and you're earnest in what you're doing, and I'll be honest, it doesn't always show when you got I call them 3%ers, because you got those kids that are 3%, like they're off in the league by themselves, right? And then you got everybody else. And that's a tough convo for people sometimes. But if you're having the same kind of relationships with your 3%ers that you are with your 97s, then everything tends to work out. I'm gonna say 10%ers. You got 3%ers and 10%ers because it don't get you don't get under 90%, coach. Your team is but to that point, I think all these parents out here, because this space, and I'm real passionate about the girl space, there's a lot of unanswered questions. It's a lot of politics and everything, but there's so much confusion. And I spend a lot of my off season in between talking to parents, and I enjoy it, honestly. Just kind of clarifying and, telling them, hey, this is the lay of the land. Because there's people in my space, that honestly may not exactly know how it goes.
Yeah.
But everyone has stuff they run with that they think is, hey, this is how it goes,
Why are you passionate about the girl space? Because KT turned me on to the girl space, and it's the best decision we ever made as a platform is to really tell the stories of those who working hard and don't get they just due. And I love everything about the girls game. But what was your rationale by putting so much effort and so much of your time and energy into the girls game?
Honestly, and I know people are going to kill me on this, but again, I've been on the girls and the boys side. I think from a pure coaching standpoint, being the purest of basketball, when I coach girls and I coach boys, and I've had some that I brought up from third and ran all the way through a couple of times, you see more of your imprint on the girls. And I think a lot of that, just being honest, the girls game is less predicated on athleticism and stuff like that, even though it still plays a role. But girls, from a coaching standpoint, for me, I see more of my imprint there. When I've had a group for a little while and, talking to refs and other people that I just have relationships for a while, they're like, oh, we see that team play. Oh, that team plays like they play for Rich, Yeah. So it's easier to do that with girls and the boys. And I think the girls side, it's emerging, man. It's catching fire these last couple of years. It's not slowing down. it's fun when you're part of that, and you kind of see that thing come. And again, I've been in this space where I always give shout outs to programs like DFW Elite, right?
Yeah.
Tell people all the time, man, if you weren't around when DFW Elite was running Texas, you haven't been in it for a minute. I mean, these guys were killing it. Top teams, second teams, third teams, all of them hidden, right? So you see that, and you kind of see what it evolves into now. You just see the thing constantly getting better and more emphasis on these young girls succeeding. And I think, like I said, that's fun to see. So it just grew. It was organic. It wasn't on purpose. Again, I got 2 girls, 2 boys. We used to have fights in the house. My dad seemed like he into the girls' teams more. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but gotta keep a poker face about it. It's just, that's how it kind of played out for me. I know it's different for everybody, but
Coach, me and KT, we go to these college games and the WNBA games. It seems like every game, the players, they give us these little wristbands. We get to stay after and take pictures and meet people. And the players always come out and they shaking these folks' hands on the sideline, people that sat the front row. And I'd be like, who are them? That's kind of who you are, Coach. Because you can walk right now through a whole AAU tournament and only a handful of people know who Rich Anderson is. But the reality is that you coaching a handful of girls that have the potential to go play in a WNBA. And you just touched on it. You making such a big imprint on the game, which is why we want to focus and spend more time on this AAU side of it. But how does that make you feel, Coach? Knowing that there's a story that's lying there dormant, that in 10 years you're gonna look up and JC gonna be playing for the Los Angeles Sparks or something, and you'll be able to look at that and be like, hey, I knew this girl when she was 14 years old. You know what I'm talking about? And how does that make you feel, Coach, knowing that you were part of a much bigger picture, a crazy story?
You know what? I think the thing about it is just playing your role. You know what I mean? On the guy's side, even on the girl's side, there are people that try to be too much a part of the picture or try to make the picture about themselves. And I used to joke about it a lot more back in the day than I do now, because I would come to my own workouts. This is in my own program, right? Gym be full, people all in there. And, I do a lot of talking through email and phone calls, stuff like that. And people be like, oh, you're rich? I'm like, yeah, I'm rich. And this is my own program, because I never just my leadership style when I work with people. And I think everyone that's worked with me over the years will tell you, I would rather walk beside people than walk in front of them. And that's not to say I'm not a leader. I'm a leader. I'm an alpha. I got all those traits. But I like walking beside people, right? Locking elbows. Let's go. We don't need to have a hierarchy. Let me just play my role, right? And at the end of the day, there's kids I've been affiliated with that, McDonald's kids, Jordan Brand, got a couple kids playing overseas now. It is what it is. I'm a spiritual guy. I think, God put you in place to do what you do. Do your part and sit back. And if it's this much or it's this much, you accept what your place is and keep it moving. What I mean?
Yeah, you talking about you want to walk beside her. Kevin, how many times we heard Rich Anderson? They be like, Rich Anderson? We be like, who in the world is Rich Anderson?
Yeah,
it took us about hearing him 4-5 times. We like, come on now, somebody point to Rich Anderson. Every time we have a conversation, this dude name coming up. Yeah. Hey, but you talked about something now. Me and Kevin we're a little messy. Well, Kevin, like, don't put me in this, B. Jones. But yeah, we're a little messy because we noticed that these circuits are becoming a little bit chippy, right? You got Nike and the word out on the street is, if you don't know, like EYBL consider themselves the best. And then, we got Adidas who got the 3SSB is off the chain, Select 40. I mean, it's just so many different circuits and it's all predicated on these sneaker deals. But we walked into the UA situation and Under Armour is dope. And the talent is crazy. I'm talking about nationally ranked players all over the country coming to these teams. What's up? What do you think about the UA? How competitive do you think you guys are? And if we were to put y'all in the tournament, do you think a UA team would come out victorious over all the teams in the AAU circuits?
You know what? I tell people this all the time, and I get asked this, and I think with guys like myself, when we're recruiting or just whatever, you have to qualify yourself with people. And I think that starts with telling the truth about everything, right? And, I tell them, hey, I literally have been on all of the circuits. And I'm just speaking for Texas, because a lot of people out here talk, and there's people that talk about the UA circuit, never stepped a foot in the gym while the UA circuit's going on.
True.
And that's the kind of the stuff that kind of messes the market up, right? So I tell people all the time, I've been at EYBL, I've been at Adidas, when it's a Gauntlet, now it's 3SSB. Obviously, I've been part of UA. There's a stacking order. I don't want to go viral for what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say, I tell everybody, depending on the year, it's a 1A, 1B. And then to me, there's a clear third, and people have to kind of figure out where to put people there. But it's a 1A, 1B. I will tell people for UA, I think, and this is people getting out of the Texas market. Clearly, this is a shout out to my guys over at FBC, but everybody says FBC is the best program or most competitive team in the country or program, and they're not Nike.
And they are hell. I'm telling you, hey, if you see FBC on your schedule, pack two pair of shoes, pack two. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, you better come with 2 sleeves on your leg that game because they are finna work you. They are the truth. But Texas, you the truth too, though. Texas, you the truth, Coach. And y'all was wrong because me and Kevin were so excited. We had saw Natalia Gray before the game. We were like, "Where y'all playing at?" She was like, "We gonna be on this court over." And we went over there. Y'all beat the brakes off them team. I mean, y'all beat somebody like by 40 points. Me and Kevin were like, let's go over here and kick it with the Syracuse coach and get up out of this.
No, we enjoy it, man. I think again, I'm just speaking for Texas, and you guys are far beyond my scope. You guys are more national, but I think Texas, we kind of get caught in a bubble, and we know what we know here, and you don't have that big view. When most people have these opinions, you ask them, "Hey, give me five really good teams outside Texas," and they can't come up with them. So I think it's just more information, but UA hits. I tell everybody that, and I've had the privilege to get kids that moved over from Adidas or moved over from EYBL, and first time they walk in the gym, they're like, "Whoa, coach!" Like, yeah, And then the other thing, like, okay, the coaches are here too because you get that too. They don't come to UA, they go to EYBL, and
they be at UA.
Hey, you see Don Staley walking by, you see, Schaefer, and
everybody,
they here too. So, but that's kind of the game. Like I said, it's recruiting. People recruit all kind of ways. Let them do their due. But with that said, I love Nike, man. I'm a shoe guy, so
yeah.
But sometimes the shoe don't have nothing to do with the circuit. So
that's right. All right, Coach, last question, and we got literally 60 seconds. All right. What is your advice for some of these parents? The reason I'm asking you this because my brother-in-law called me the other day. He said, "B, you real networked in with the AAU programs. What do I need to do? How do I get my kid involved? How do I choose a program?" I mean, it was so many questions. Our conversation went on for an hour. I finally just picked up the phone and called K-Law, Coach Kavina Lawrence, and like, "Hey, link up with this man so you can tell him, put him on game." But what is your advice for the parents right now who has a 5th grader, 6th grader, 7th grader that they got natural athletic ability? How do they get involved in the AAU circuit? How do they find the right team, Coach?
I would say number one, find the right fit for your kid. So it's not necessarily what team is or program is the best program in my area because that doesn't mean that's the right fit. Find somewhere that's going to develop, that's big in developing. My thing is with the younger stuff, it should be more about getting better, not chasing rankings and all this stuff. The best 4th graders rarely are the best 10th graders or best junior. It just doesn't happen like that. These kids aren't even mature yet. So I think younger, work on developing, spend more time on that piece of it and less on the trophies and tournaments. That's the best advice I can give.
That's it. That's all it takes, Coach. All right, let's have a little fun. Coach Rich Anderson. We're going to start doing the money dollar bill sound. We see you, Coach. Hey, Coach Anderson, welcome to the championship rounds. This is the part of the show with KT and I. We're going to do a little bit of 101, and we are playing our second game, Coach, except this time it is our version of Would You Rather. We did a little bit with singing and dancing, but we're about to take it up a notch, okay? So we're going to go 3 rounds in true spirit of championship rounds, and in each round, both KT and I are going to give you a choice, a decision, a scenario, whichever one of those you select, that host will get a point. The first host to get 2 points or the best out of 3 will win this episode's game. I don't know how it happened, ladies and gentlemen. Wipe me down. But yeah, your boy came through in the last episode. I finally got a dub. So I am about to get this thing kicked off. All right, here we go, Coach Anderson. Round number 1. Would you rather Take your Texas U to go on a dominating streak. I'm talking about either in championships or winning championships over about a 20-year span. And you go down as one of the most prominent names in the AAU, UA, Texas U, all of this. Y'all are talking about All-Americans, and we talking about championships on a consistent basis. Or,
Coach, I'm going to give you the opportunity to be the owner of your own WNBA franchise. And here's the kicker. It's going to be in Louisiana.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? I'm gonna take the run to championships, man.
oh!
Take the run. Yeah.
I thought the New Orleans. I don't know what we're gonna call it. The beignets. I thought the beignets was gonna be.
There you go.
I thought the beignets was gonna be notorious out there. But you got it right, Coach. All right, let's go. Round number 2. This is the sports and media. All right. So on this one, I'm gonna get a camera crew together, and we're gonna follow you around for a whole year, Coach. Now we're gonna be in your Kool-Aid, okay? Well, I mean, I'm talking about from the gym to the car rides to the conversations with parents. We're gonna put it all on film, and we're gonna put it all in a documentary, and we're gonna call it "I Want to Be Rich." All right, and it's gonna basically be telling the Texas U story. It's gonna be telling how you put this thing together, and we're gonna put it all on Netflix, Coach.
Okay.
Or,
Coach, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have your own food show on ESPNW, and it's going to stream on the Under Armour website, where you get to travel the world, interviewing other AAU coaches, college coaches, high school coaches, sharing their journeys while eating at some of the best places in the world.
Okay, so it's going to catch y'all out. I'm a super foodie.
oh,
Foodie. So, head coach, you got me, brother. You got me.
Wrong answer, Coach. We had this thing locked
Hey,
up.
man, I love food, man. I love food. Look,
I got my umbrella over here ready. I was ready to second line it. Come on, Coach.
Master Chef, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm a super foodie. Yep.
All right, KT, let's go. It's sudden death. Overtime. Let's go.
All right, Coach. So on our show, which you can watch Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time, it's live. B. Jones and I, 2 other co-hosts. They're beautiful. Come and rock with us. But on that show, B. Jones has a segment called The Drop, where he presents a pair of shoes that he feels are worthy of your financial donations. So for round 3, Coach, he won the first and I won round 2. So this is the tiebreaker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to count down from 3, and B. Jones and I, we're going to show you what we brought today, something that represents you, okay? So I need for you to say, hold that sneaker. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you say, hold that sneaker. You got it?
Okay.
All right, so 3, 2, 1.
Hold that sneaker.
I already know which one you brought.
You already know what I'm bringing out,
Which
baby.
ones you brought.
I had to bring them Texas U's out, man.
Oh, wee. Okay, again, I'm going to throw y'all off a little bit. Man, look, the Kobe's are the best basketball shoe, brother. I may have slipped on, man. I got to go with the Kobe's, man.
Oh, this is history in the making, D. Jones.
I'm gonna need to check your motor's registration card. That man ain't from Louisiana, man.
Sorry, bro.
Coach, this is probably the first episode I've won where somebody's been from Louisiana. Oh, this is huge, Coach. You know what? Ramen noodles, whatever we eating, it's on me, Coach. Let's go.
All good now.
Oh,
He ain't had none of that swamp water in a while, KT. I'm about to take him back to get some Southern Made donuts. Hey,
Oh, Southern Made. Okay, yeah, there we go.
oh.
They don't know about that Southern Made, do they, Coach? Put your belt down, KT. They don't want to care about that.
Hey, because this is huge for me. I've never won an episode like this.
Congratulations. I'm sorry. You know what? I was going to wear those to the next tournament, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick another sneakers to wear to the Clash of Clubs.
Those are nice too.
No, I'm just messing with you, Coach. All right, here we go. The title of the show is You Got Next. So you know what that means, Coach. As much as we love talking about the past and how we got to this point and some of the amazing things you're doing, we want to leave everybody feeling inspired and motivated. And what that means is we want to know what's up next for Coach Rhys Anderson. In your own words, looking at your own vision board, what's up? What are you looking forward to? What excites you the most about your career? What are you looking forward to?
I think, there's a ton of things I'm working on, initiatives. I think The biggest deal is just contributing as much as I can to the space and the growth in the space. I think we kind of talked off a little bit where I've congratulated you guys on kind of coming into space with a wave and just bringing great energy, visibility, on the girls' space. I think it's very much needed. And, I got some stuff kind of brewing that hopefully is kind of pushing in that same direction. So I would say for me, I got a lot of things working that I think are going to be healthy for the space. And that, to me, is the most important thing. When my time's done and I hang it up and I'm not coaching anymore or anything else, I want this space to be healthy, still going. The next guys that are coming on, directors, to feel entitled, empowered. The next young ladies that are coming to feel like they have opportunities to be seen and heard and have better direction in what they're doing. So, platforms like you guys have definitely help with that. So I think the next chapter of this thing for me is going to be, definitely more into the media side, doing a couple of things, but that's where I'm going with it.
All right, Coach. So do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah. I think it's one person in particular I want to give a shout to. And, I talked to him by text, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And, I'll be honest, part of the conversation bothered me a little bit because I was talking to him about tournament and, trying to get his young kids, to come participate in this tournament I was affiliated with. And he told me, he was like, hey, Rich, the market's changed a little bit, man. It's kind of hard to kind of keep up with what's going on. So, my grassroots, is taking a little bit of a hit. And it bothered me because the guy, to me, again, is one of the guys I look at, one of my peers that, stripping all the aesthetics away, all this stuff, the guy knows basketball. And if you go in his gym, you learn and you come out better. Forget all the shoe contract stuff, forget all the, I'm going to this school, this school, this school. Sometimes I think for us, it has to be drilled back to the basics. Hey, when kids come in our gym, are they getting better? And when they come out, are they better people in addition to being good basketball players? So first I want to give a shout out to Wayne Watts with Higher Goals. Known him almost as long as I've been in this deal. For the people that have 10 toes on the ground and aren't caught up in the glitz and all this stuff, you watch what the man does and you watch the products. And this isn't just the 5-star kids, but the 4, the 3, the 2. They all come out and they're better basketball players. You can see they push their max. And for me, I respect that.
Coach, you are onto something with that one. You know what? The Higher Goals kids may not be the all-district MVPs, but they are the leaders on every single one of they high school team. If you ask their coaches, what's your player that you need in clutch and who's the one that's leading this, it's always a Higher Goals kid. Always.
IQ, smart. Like, not everybody can't teach the game. All that other stuff is cool, but, what do you do when God didn't bless you with as much athleticism or height as the other person? You got to have that stuff to fill it in. And for us, because I can't bless a kid to be tall or bless them to be athletic, I'm limited, so I think for us, the thing that we should be the best at is developing kids and making them better players. So they go on the college campus, they can contribute from day one. And, Wayne, he's one of my guys and we've competed hard. We've been to say we've been competitors, but that brother, I love that brother to death. And I love what he brings in space. So, that's kudos. He's one of a couple of people in this space I really think add, and I don't think he gets enough credit. So yeah, I want to shoot that man some kudos.
All right, Coach. So this is the part of the show where you get a chance to call the person that you think should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. Tell them my story. I want you to do the same thing. With that said, Coach, who you calling out? Who should have next?
Let's see. Who should have next with you guys? Let's go with, there's a young coach down in San Antonio, runs Player First. I don't know if you guys heard of him. When I look at young guys, and I've been on the phone, had discussions with him, he's a sharp mind, when you kind of look at the next wave and guys that are going to carry this thing for the next couple of decades. Devon Agusi, you guys need to holler.
Is that the team that like Ariana Robertson and Chloe Mann? They won that squad. Yeah, that was a tough team. Matter of fact, that was one of the first teams we went and saw this last summer. So yeah, he tough. His teams is cold. All right, it's Devon, right?
Devon. Yep.
All right, Devon. Coach Devon, you are officially on the clock. Let the world know that you are up next. Your ticket just got punched, and we are going to be reaching out to you soon to get you on this show. Can't wait to have you. And I'm telling y'all, Kevin, can you wait till the summer? AAU is going to be a blast. And so I'm telling y'all, the tournament's going to be cooking. I suggest if it's a tournament in your town, get you a 3-day pass and come enjoy some of the best women's basketball that you can have. But Coach Rich Anderson, you got next. You are a trendsetter, Coach. You are pace. You are a legend. You are a game changer. You are extraordinary. You are elite. You deserve a yeet. Oh my God, back at it again, KT. I love this show, man. I love this show. Coach, we appreciate you so much for coming on, telling your story. We got to get you back after the season so we can keep this thing going and so I can get all the camera crews together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work on all that on the side. And we want to thank y'all for watching another fire episode of Sports Life Talk You Got Next. Remember, the real MVP right now is you. And I know you're saying, what? I'm just riding in my car. I'm watching this on YouTube. No, but you are making an impact by helping us to spread the word. So right now, we need you to smash that subscribe button. We need you to hit that like button, and we need you to share this episode with as many people as you possibly can so we can get this thing cooking. And also, come tap in with us. You know, hit us up on our social medias. KT and I, we are dropping something every single day. We commit to being the hardest working podcast in the game. We got 180 episodes coming your way this year. We probably already down 50 or so of them. So it's going to be a really fun year. Keep rocking with us. Keep chopping it up with us. We're going to keep giving y'all some more heat. And listen, don't forget, take You Got Next on the go with our podcast. You can listen to You Got Next in the car, in the kitchen, in the gym, in the weight room. It don't matter. Wherever you download your podcast, and you can keep that party going. And also, if you want to be on the show, if you got a story, Kevin and I can only work so hard. There's only so many people that we're going to have the opportunity to come across. And of course, this man is a legend in the game. It's a lot of people told us about Rich. And, but you know, people should be talking about you too. So go to our website, SLTUGotNext.com. Click on the nominate tab. Tell us a little bit about yourself, why you feel like you got next. And Kevin is going to reach out. We'll schedule an audition for you to be on the show. All right, KT, congratulations, man. It was a pretty decent episode. It was a pretty good episode. You know, I'm glad you muted. I'm glad you muted because I can't hear words you're saying.
This was an amazing episode, BJ. I just love this episode, Coach. Hey, Coach, thank you so much for rocking with us. Whatever you need from us, please let us know.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, Coach, it's only one thing left to say. Here I go.
Yeah, there you go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Make sure you play that.
So it's like Talk Nation. We love y'all. Stay safe. Be blessed. Respect each other and love one another because together we are better. And keep dreaming big because you never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit. Talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next is a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you're just like me.